Hey, it's Clay Chart, and this will be a video chart on SPNG E. E is an elephant. Why it has an E, if you're not familiar with the stock, is simply because they had a late filing, so they added that E onto it. But other than that, everything's the same. The ticker symbol has changed, but here's the chart. Want to get this one back updated, as it's had a couple real nice days and is starting to make some progress here. So it's been a few days since I did this one, and as always, this one remains a very important, not important, but a very followed stock within the world of the penny market. So let's just dig in. As you can see here and here, we've had some very nice bullish days. Volume has been decent, and we've had some nice follow through. So what I want to get across here is I'm been getting a lot of questions about, oh, is it reversing? Is it doing this and that? So I kind of want to just go over what needs to happen before a reversal and so forth and kind of take place. As I always tell people, stocks just don't go down in reverse. The kind of pattern or sequence that I look at is they first have to stabilize, then they have to bounce, and then they have to reverse. So it doesn't go stabilize and reverse. Things have to bounce first, and there's lots of bounces that are just dead cat bounces that never and ever reverse. So there's no question right now that we're bouncing, and it was actually pretty impressive was the way that the price stabilized here, and then has really started to pretty much come back up. So does this bounce continue, or is this just a dead cat bounce? That's the question right now. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's going to keep going up. I don't know if it's going to pull one of these. But that is the question right now. Is this a bounce or just a dead cat bounce? And true bounces obviously turn into reversals. So that's what we're trying to determine here. But before we even do that, let's just first map out the support levels. It was good to see this low here hold. There was quite a drop here down to 0.078, but the bulls came in, bought this up, and pushed it up the remainder of that day. The other support level that we're looking at is right here at 10 cents. That is simply derived from this previous low over here. So if anything, what we can say is we have a support zone right now beneath us, which is always a good thing, with the bottom of it being right here at 9 cents, and then the top of it being up here at 10 cents. So between 9 and 10 cents, we have this little zone of support, and ideally, obviously, if this is going to be a true bounce or at least a stabilization, this zone you want to see hold. Now, what could happen is the price may pull back and then bounce right off here and then just start to go sideways. And sure, that's not a bounce anymore, but the price is actually stabilizing. So sideways action after a big drop isn't a bad thing. That would just be stabilizing, and after it stabilizes a little bit, hopefully it can head back up. So that is one thing to note. As long as this support zone holds, there is still the chance that the stock can continue up because it may just be stabilizing. So that's why this support zone is very important. Now, if the price crashes down through there and then comes down and crashes through 0.078, then this was just a dead cat bounce, and you kind of just gotta forget about that because this was just a head fake and there wasn't any real strength behind it. Now, what are we looking at in terms of resistance levels? Well, there's pretty much a key resistance level, and we're just going to call it 13.5. Why 13.5? Well, if you look back over here, you can see we had a low of 13.1, had a low of 13. Here's 13.5, then we had a 13.3. So just for argument's sake, I'm just going to take 13.5 and call this the next big key resistance level that not only do we want to see the price get above, but we want to see it close above there too. Now, if this can happen and we can get some candles up here that come up and close, and we get some consolidation moves like this, this would be good because this is showing that it's a strong move. And not only is it a strong move, but by getting the sideways action, you would be able to say it's also holding these gains. So that's important. Another important part is when you get big moves up, the next question becomes, well, can it hold those gains? And getting some sideways action like that would be a good answer to a question of can these gains hold. So this is the key level here at 13.5 cents. Now, like I said, if you get some closes above there, that's when you can start to talk about reversal. That, hey, it looks like this stock's reversing. But in my opinion, and some will probably disagree, is before you can fully say that this is a reversal and this price is coming back up, I want to see, like I said once more, this is just my opinion, but I would like to see 16 cents broke. So this is the one where you can begin to talk about reversal, but 16 cents is where you can officially call it a reversal. And then obviously the next step after reversal is breakout to new highs. So that is the sequence: stabilize, bounce, reverse, breakout. This is that's way too far of where we are now, so I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. But for the time being, right now, we're just trying to get up here and justify if this is really a bounce, or maybe this might just be the beginning of some sideways stabilization action. I don't know. But point being, the past 2 days have been good. These sorts of days are much better than down days. Sideways days are much better than down days. So overall, it's a good looking chart the past few days, but there's still work to be done. And the rest of this week is going to be very important to kind of judge this price action and see what it's doing. Looking down here at the indicators, they're all acting nice, as you can see. We have the RSIs sloping upwards. Stochastic still has a lot of work to do, but if that can get above 20, that's good. And it's nice to see that these histogram bars are shrinking upwards. It's always a good initial first step. But as always, price and volume are king. So we'll have to see what this price action does the remainder of the week. But with Friday and today off to a very good start, and only time will tell. But that's pretty much where we stand. Right now, I think the focus should be just holding this support zone and letting the price stabilize out if it needs to. If you have any other questions, please shoot me a message. On another note, I'd encourage you to check out bullmarketnewsletter.net if you haven't already. If you go there and sign up for the newsletter, you'll be subscribed and you'll get a free ebook, and which has been getting good reviews. And then you'll get bullish chart setups, all sorts of things from small caps up to big boards, trade ideas, which have been making everybody some good money. So it's worth checking out. No strings attached, and you really have nothing to lose. So once again, this was SPNGE. Thanks for listening.